everyone, Alex Terrace here, just here doing another video, but this time I'm helping somebody to sell their hyperbaric hardshell chamber. So that's the one that you see here in the photos. If you are not familiar with the benefits of hyperbaric, then go study up. And if you are looking in the market right now for a hyperbaric chamber, this is an incredible value. So you can see the brand name right here, Hyperbaric Health. Welcome to look them up. And let's dive into the specifications of this so you can review. And if you are interested, my email address is below in the description box, and I will facilitate the rest of the education and transaction. So this brand, they sell a vertical chamber, just as a reference point, which is about $45,000 to $55,000, depending on who you're finding a good deal from. And there is no difference therapeutically, by the way, between a chamber where you sit vertically versus laying down like this. And the laying down one is obviously the one that you see here in the photos. So what I'm able to sell this one for is $35,000. And this is that's stainless steel, if you're wondering. It can go all the way up to pressures of 2 atmospheric or 2 ATA. And as you can see, there's a few different things on here we'll zoom into in some other photos. As far as how long has this chamber been used? This chamber has been barely used, maybe a handful of times. So 40 to 50 sessions maybe, which is basically for a really good hardshell hyperbaric. That's just a handful. Something like this should last a very, very long time. So we could definitely say it is like new. And the dimensions of it, in terms of the length, if you're wondering, is 89 inches. And by the width or diameter, really, 35.5 inches that way. Okay. Now let's have a zoom in here and go into some other pieces. So this little guy on the right, if you're wondering, this hyperbaric does come with the bells and the whistles, which is one, it can keep you cool while you're inside. It includes the compressor, of course, the oxygen compressor. The oxygen concentrator is 10 liters per minute. So you can wear a mask while you're in there, of course. And also comes with a dehumidifier as well, or humidifier, depending on what you're needing. Here's a little close-up view. If you're seeing what these little lines are in here, this is actually the film or the plastic protective cover. So that film has not been taken off yet. So just kind of show you how non-used that it is. So that's part of the ways that you can control this chamber. Of course, here's the inside view of it. Now, as you can see, it's quite nice. You have some buttons here where you can control different aspects of the chamber, which is, of course, important. And this is the back side, if you were just curious to see it. And that's basically it. So, if you're looking to get a hyperbaric hardshell and you need it immediately, or you don't want to wait, because remember that hardshell chambers are usually built to order, so there is a little bit of a waiting period with many different companies. This is something that's available immediately to ship, which is kind of nice. And then of course you have about the most competitive price that you can come across for something that is pretty much like new at $35,000. You will not find a better deal out there. And of course, as time goes on, just in general, with all wellness modalities and equipment categories I'm involved in, everything seems to keep going up in price. So I can promise you that brand new hardshells will probably just keep creeping up in price. So this $35K 5 years from now will look like even a better deal at that point in time. I have no doubt in my mind. So if you have any questions about this system and you were looking for hyperbaric, I would definitely scoop this thing up if I were you. These types of scenarios where you have something that's very truly like new that is hard shell, man, you will, it is extremely rare to come across. Will you come across pre-owned, used mild hyperbaric, like soft shell chambers? Absolutely. You certainly can come across those more often. But hard shell, normally the type of people, and usually a lot of times it's businesses, right? Usually when somebody buys one or a business buys one, they're going to keep it. You know what I mean? They're going to keep it for as long as they can keep that thing running. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you find them, at least the times that most common times that I come across them are if a business is going out of business. Literally, they're closing down one of their locations, or maybe they just don't have a need for the hard shell, of this size, and they're gonna buy a bunch of bigger ones or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just a kind of rare thing to come across. So if you have any friends, family, practitioners, and they were thinking about hyperbaric, I would absolutely let them know about this, because this could be gone, this week for all I know. So myself and one of my business partners is currently looking for a buyer. Email me. I will respond immediately. fit4reviews@gmail.com. It's below in the bottom of the description. And then we can also chat about it, whatever you need. Let me know.